In this fourth video about writing task 2, I'll be talking about one final problem that may be keeping you stuck below band 7 or 8, and that is writing a lot but saying very little. I'll show you why this makes more work for your examiner, making their task much harder. Don't forget to download and print off the worksheet so you can practice as you watch. And look for the exercise numbers in the top left-hand corner. As we saw in the previous videos, the main problems in Task 2 are caused by the myths you can find online, which often come from using materials that don't reflect the real test. We also saw that your approach or beliefs about writing can cause problems, especially when there's too much emphasis on so-called high-level vocabulary and grammar. And people often rely on templates or a very basic paragraph or essay plan, which even causes problems for native speakers. A problem that we haven't discussed yet stems from a combination of these two problems. In the video about vocabulary, we saw this sentence, which is relatively short. Let's look at what happens with candidates who know even more language. I was recently asked to look at an essay on the topic of school uniforms. People who are at bands 6.5 to 7 are able to produce plenty of writing about generic topics like this. If their focus has been on building high-level vocabulary, they generally want to show this. But without the right approach, the result is often lots of words that don't actually say very much. Let's take one sentence as an example. This sentence has 41 words. On the surface, it looks impressive, with a good amount of high-level words and phrases. We can count these words, but it isn't the number that counts or is important here. Remember, your vocabulary is just a tool used to say what you mean. On its own, this list looks impressive, but if we pay attention to the overall meaning, we can start to see problems. A compulsory dress code is a good synonym for school uniform. Essentially, it means that on a typical school day, everyone must follow the rule and dress nearly the same. So the last 16 words are unnecessary. They simply repeat the beginning. If we ignore the unnecessary repetition, we're left with this. But what is the writer saying here? If we break the sentence down, we can see the argument being made is that a school uniform has some positives or advantages for students, and the most notable or important advantage is the opportunity it gives to achieve social equality among school students. The writer also claims that this is unparalleled. In other words, there is no better way to achieve social equality among students. Social equality means that everyone is treated equally and has equal opportunities and equal access to resources. So this writer is saying that wearing a school uniform means all students are treated equally, have equal opportunities and equal access to resources. Do you think this is true? If so, can a school uniform achieve this in a way that nothing else can? If we put our examiner hat on, we can see that this idea is relevant to the task, but it's not clear how a school uniform can do this. Perhaps the next sentences will help to explain this idea more. This is what the next sentences say. Pause the video and think about the argument being made here, as we did earlier. These sentences tell us that the writer is talking about social status and judging others by the clothes they wear. So, if we work at it, we can follow the argument being made, but only with some effort, and it isn't always clear. Notice how long this is. At 105 words, this is almost 1/3 of a total essay. Yet the point being made can be easily summed up in just 30 words. These extra words waste the reader's time. They create a maze that the reader has to work their way through to get to the meaning, sometimes getting lost along the way. People often mistakenly think that writing in this straightforward way is easy. Because they can easily understand it, they assume that the language is too simple. However, this is Band 9 level writing. It actually takes more time and effort to produce 30 words that count than 105 words where more than half are a waste of the reader's time. Here, the reader, your examiner, has to do the extra work that the writer didn't do. The idea that overly long writing is a problem is not unique to IELTS. It's true of any form of writing. In terms of Task 2, the main issue here is that while this shorter piece of writing presents a clear argument, this much longer extract does not, which is likely to result in a Band 6 task response score, no matter how many high-level words and phrases are used. In the next video, I'll be talking about the solution to these problems. In the meantime, learn how to make your words count using my apps and my Key to IELTS books. You can find the links on my website and down below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one.